Yeah, the Neumann BCM-104 microphone. Is this an underrated VO gem? Let me know what you think. Hey everybody, it's Mark Yoshimoto Nemkov. And the Neumann BCM-104, or Neumann, if you choose to pronounce it that way. I think pronouncing it Neumann makes your face more punchable, but that's just my opinion. The Neumann BCM-104 microphone is purpose-built for broadcasting and voiceover. It is focused on speech. So, you know what, instead of me talking about it, let me just read some, copy so you get an idea what it sounds like. For VO, here we go. The biggest New Year's sale is going on now, this weekend only. Come check out the best prices on everything you need to do that thing you do the right way. So, you can hear it's very clear. It's very clear. It's got a very tight bottom end. And it's very smooth. Get ready for a new you in the new year with a fitness membership at Tim's House of Pain. At Tim's, we get your body moving by chasing you around our state-of-the-art gym with an axe to get you moving. Sorry about that. Or lose 10 pounds instantly by letting us chop off a leg with Tim. I'm sorry. I'm so stupid. Tonight on News Views, Cats and Dogs. Is their historic animosity toward each other merely a ruse just to get on TV? Newly revealed evidence seems to show Tom and Jerry were not only best friends, but also secretly married. Tonight on News Views. That's what happens when I write fake copy for my videos after 2 beers. Last night. Sorry about that. So, okay. All right, character. How does it do with character stuff? All right. If you're going to buy a mic for VO, I mean, it's okay to buy a mic that only does 1 or 2 things as long as it does those things really well. But does it do a lot of things? How much ground can you cover with a microphone, right? Because sometimes space in your area or the amount of resources you have to devote to acquiring tools is limited, right? Okay. Here, all right, character thing. Here, what's something stupid here I could do? I'm going to do something really stupid, all right?
Hey, Ray, why you do what you do?
To make money, stupid. I personally know everyone I deal to. You see, who's on crack, what's on meth, and I don't know is on the pipe.
Yeah, that's what I want to find out.
I said, who's on crack, what's on meth, and I don't know is on the pipe.
Are you their dealer?
Yes.
And you don't know their names?
Well, I should.
Well, then, who's on crack?
Yes.
I mean, the fellow's name.
Who?
The guy on crack.
Who is on crack?
I'm asking you, who's on crack?
That's the junkie's name.
That's whose name?
Yes.
All I'm trying to find out is, what's the junkie's name on crack?
No. What is on meth?
I'm not asking you who's on meth.
Who is on crack?
I'm only asking you, what's the junkie's name on crack?
No. What is on meth?
I don't know.
He's on the pipe. We're not talking about him.
Sorry about that. I like to amuse myself, if you haven't noticed. All right, so the BCM-104 microphone, it can handle a lot. It's not bad. What I really like about this microphone, there are 2 things I really dig about it. It has a built-in pop filter. So you can get in real close. If you want to be one of those DJs that's up there like making out with the microphone, you can get up there. And the pop filter definitely helps. It helps, of course, if you train yourself not to pop your P's as much. But pop, 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 pop. Not bad. The other thing I really like about this microphone. The other thing I really like about this microphone is that there is a subsonic filter that filters out everything below 20 hertz. Now, let me tell you why that's important. You might think, well, you know what? My ear can't hear 20 hertz or anything below that. Okay. The BCM-104. This is my conspiracy theory. Let's get into conspiracy theories on the internet. No, I'm just kidding. I think the BCM-104 is primarily made up of the TLM 103 circuit. I think they share a very similar circuit with a couple of minor exceptions. If you look at the specs on the BCM-104, 7 dB noise floor, what's the dynamic range? Was it 78, 86? It's something like that, right? And, right, max SPL 138. If these numbers are wrong, I looked them up real quick last night. Those are very similar specs for a transformerless microphone that are basically almost the same kind of size-ish, right? I think they share a similar circuit, but they have a different capsule, and a different form factor, but a different capsule. That's the most important thing here. The TLM 103, the circuit in the TLM 103 will actually, theoretically, pick up 5 hertz and up. 5 hertz. That's a lot of low-end crap that you don't need to hear, right? Subsonic frequencies will muddy up the frequencies that you hear. And when you get that low, when you get about 5 hertz, most microphones, almost every single microphone will record that in an omni pattern, even though your mic is cardioid. Most microphones are really only cardioid within a specific range, really primarily like where you hear your voice and stuff, right? And then it kind of drifts out, high end, low end. So the TLM 103, I think, is a very problematic microphone. I'm going to get controversial here. I hate the TLM 103. I used to own a TLM 103. The TLM 103 was the first big boy microphone I had in VO. Dave Fenoy, the voice of Hulu, Dave Fenoy, Dave and I were working on a TV show together. And I had asked him at some point about microphones because this was right before I'd just gotten into VO full time. So I asked Dave about the TLM 103, and he's like, it's a great mic. So I bought the TLM 103, and I literally won the first audition I ever did with it. I was like, wow. You put your headphones on, you talk into a TLM 103, and it sounds amazing, right? But it's that inflated low end. It's that it's that hyper extended top end that gives you this sense of clarity. Now, there is a lot of clarity in the mid-range, from between, I would say, 100 hertz to like 2K. These mics are identical. It's what happens on the other ends of those ranges, it's plural. On the low end, the BCM-104 filters out everything below 20. And they do that because it's a broadcast microphone, because you're going to overload your compressor going in. Because all broadcast personnel, they speak into a microphone and goes through a compressor. And then that probably goes through another compressor. You're going to overload the crap out of your compressor with low end. The TLM 103 has that big, larger-than-life sound. And a lot of that is because of the subsonic frequencies, how they affect what you hear in the low end. That low end sounds huge. But that huge low end is very problematic, and I'll tell you why. It's tough to mix that low end. Now, you may say, okay, well, Melissa Disney, all these pros, they work with TLM 103s. You may say, hey, I make money with a TLM 103. That's great. If you have a TLM 103 and you're successful with it, that's awesome. But if you have a TLM 103 and something just isn't working out, it might be the microphone. It might be the low end of that microphone. Because here's the thing. And I remember when I did my first, I should gesture with this hand because this hand's behind the microphone. But when I did my first TV commercial, it was such a huge deal to me when I booked my first TV spot. It was like a local spot for like a tire company or something like that. No, it was a bank. It was some bank somewhere. And I was so proud. I was like, this is my first TV spot. And then I got the mix back and the VO is buried. It's like, what? And then I remember just very soon after that, I got my second TV commercial. It was a pizza place. And again, the VO was buried, and I'm like, what is going on? And I never kind of figured out what it was. I realized that maybe the microphone was contributing to it. Maybe it wasn't the right microphone. I had a sense, but I had no idea why. And then I saw a post by Brent Hahn on Gearspace. And Brent, he works with a lot of VO artists. He does a lot of VO work here in Los Angeles. I don't know him personally, but I've seen his posts. And he mentioned an experience he had with the TLM 103, where the producer said, the VO is loud, is super loud, but I still can't hear it. And what he means is that the VO probably was really at the point of digital distortion in the mix. It was probably pushed up as far as it can go. And he still couldn't hear it. And that's because those meters were being peaked and affected by that giant low end. That low end really sucks the ability of your VO to cut through a mix. And I'm like, that's exactly what happened. And I'm having this conversation, this discovery, this moment of discovery with a pal of mine who mixes records. He's a producer, and he's mixed a lot of records. And I had this conversation, and he was telling me that he was working actually at that time with an artist who had cut some pandemic tracks at home with a TLM 103. And that it was impossible to mix all this together because the clashy low-end frequencies, there was a lot of phase smeary crap going on. But the TLM 103 made it really difficult to mix. That low end will kill you. It will kill your career. You should filter it out. But you don't have a problem when you filter out those subsonic frequencies. I don't even have a low cut on this. Oh, wait, I do. I have a low cut, but it's at 40. It's a gentle low cut, right? So anyway, the BCM-104 microphone. Is it a VO contender? I think it sounds pretty good. What do you think? I want to know. I really want to know. I am so crazy about microphones. I could talk about it all day, as you can tell. Anyway, until next time, this is Mark Yoshimoto and MCOF, fading to black.